Welcome back to my channel. Imagine your child stepping into a world where opportunities are scarce, competition is fierce, and economic uncertainty looms large. The future is extremely unpredictable, rapidly evolving technology, and without the right preparation, your child will be left behind. Not giving your child effective life skills could limit their potentials, their opportunities, and their possibilities. The stakes have never been higher. Is your child equipped and ready to face the harsh realities head on? In this video, I'll reveal the crucial steps you as a parent need to take to secure your child's future and protect them from the harsh realities ahead. Starting from mastering new technologies, building strong relationships, developing strong problem-solving skills, thinking critically and creatively. The skills your children develop today will shape the success of their tomorrow. Some of you have suffered a lot of setbacks. You've had limited potentials. You've had limited opportunities and limited possibilities because of your lack of efficient life skills, because you do not have the right tools, the right skills to open up and have more opportunities. Ignorance is not bliss. The lack of knowing will cost you a lot. Don't wait until it's too late. Let's get started now. Give your children as much head start and as much advantage as you possibly can. Number one skill, taking risk and dealing with failure. Most of us come from a culture that punishes people for trying and failing. So we respond to this by avoiding new things. We don't want to try anything that doesn't have 100% guarantee of success. This doesn't transition well into life outside school. Risk-taking and failure are an integral part of success. So please, encourage your children to take healthy risk, safe risk. Encourage them to try again when they fail at something. Your effort to get the vision failed. Your effort to accomplish the goal failed. Failure just means that there is a gap in skill, a gap in experience. If you can fill those gaps, you're going to get the result you wanted. So don't punish a child for failing. Help the child fill the gap, fill the missing gap. The missing skill, the missing experience, whatever is missing between him and the desired result, help that child fill that gap. You ask questions that give them the ability to think critically. Why did the project fail? What could you have done differently? What can you do now? What part of it worked? What part of it didn't work? What can you do with the part that didn't work? So the child is able to answer all those questions, put the information together and try again. What better strategy can you come up with? Play games with children that have elements of risk. Do some DIY project, do some science project, because usually when you do it at first, it is going to fail. It gives you the opportunity to show the child how to analyze problems. By learning to take risk and bounce back from failures in games and the little projects that you give to them, children can build resilience. The second very important skill that you should teach a child is critical thinking. This skill is very crucial for personal development and decision making. How many times do you spoon feed your children with answers to simple problems? You don't even allow them to think for themselves. As soon as they face a problem, you jump into the scene and you save the day. Are you equipping the child or are you weakening the child? Encourage them to ask how, why, and you can also ask why and how, because this gets them to open up their minds and begin to think outside the box. You can play games that encourage critical thinking, like puzzles, brain teaser games, chess and checkers, strategy games. Do some science experiments. You have almost all the ingredients in your kitchen to do experiments. Teach them how to think carefully. Teach them how to consider all important information and how to draw conclusion from those informations. Then they can use that the conclusion to make an informed decision. The third skill is creativity and innovation. Teach your children how to use imagination and come up with new ideas. Thinking differently from other people in very unique ways. Help them to explore their minds. What other ways can we do this? How can we improve this? What better way can we do this? What else can we do? Ask these questions because it helps them to think and innovate and come up with creative ways on how to solve problems around them. Seize every opportunity to ask why and how questions. Another skill is technology skills. Digital literacy in today's world is a must. But children are growing up in a digital world, and being comfortable with technology is very essential. How many hours do your children stay online to be entertained? Could they use some of those time to learn something? Simple skills like video editing, digital storytelling, simple web designs, graphic designs, coding, digital art. And they learn to use some of this free products like CapCut, product like Canva to design, to video edit. What can they learn when they're online? How are you positioning your children for this digital world? The next skill is independence. How can you love somebody so much, yet you incapacitate them? Allow your children to take the lead in simple projects at home. This builds independence. They don't have to depend on you for everything, for every answer, for every solution. Allow them to think for themselves. The more they practice independence, the more they build confidence and self-trust. Another skill you need to teach your children is teamwork. Being successful is hard enough. You do not want to be doing it by yourself. Teamwork, collaboration, synergy will help you advance faster in life. So at home, you can create games and tasks and projects for your children to do in teams. Bring in their friends and create teams and teach them how to collaborate, how to communicate, conflict resolution, strategic planning, problem solving, leadership, flexibility, rapport building, social skills. They will learn all this when they work in teams. Another very important skill for today's world is research, ability to find the right information. How many of you can do proper research? Your ability to find the right information is the foundation of your freedom. If you can't find the right information about a business opportunity, you lose out on it. If you can't find the right information about an investment opportunity, you lose out on it. If you can't find the right information about anything, you get scammed. You lose your money, you lose time, you lose resources. If you cannot find the right information, it's a problem for your advancement. If you want something, you have to be able to research. You have to know how to find the information, where to find the information. We are in information age, and data is the new oil. If you don't know how to dig for that oil, then forget about freedom, the kind of freedom that you want. It's tied to your research. You have to research to know where to find the right people that can help you. Every successful person you see right now is excellent at research, finding information, gathering information, deducing the right information from the data, and using that to make informed decisions. The child is on the phone playing a game, but then is asking you, Mom, what is synergy? Dad, what is this? But he's on the phone. Teach that child how to get on Google and find the information, and have the child teach you about it, tell you about it. Ask your children questions and tell them, go and research, go and look it up, go and get me information about this thing. And then he can come back and you guys talk about it. This leads us to negotiation and persuasion skills. If you have these two skills, you would go so far in life. If you are able to negotiate and persuade someone to give you what you want, trust me, you've arrived. If you can persuade and negotiate your way into a win-win situation, you have no problem. This is a crucial skill for salary negotiation at work, business, partnership, politics, diplomacy, conflict resolution, even in sales. You must have the ability to negotiate and to persuade. How are you preparing your children with this skill? Teach your children how to achieve a win-win situation. Encourage debate at home. It drives critical thinking. Play strategy games, board games that can encourage negotiation and persuasion. Play with your children as much as you possibly can, because it's constantly teaching them valuable skills, mental toughness and resilience. In this world, in case you didn't know, you will have trouble. You will encounter defeat and failure, and you cannot shield your children from it forever. They need to know how to press on, even in the face of defeat. They need to know how to push past failure. So when they fail at something, work with them through it. Don't beat them when they're already down. Work with them by asking how and why. What can we do differently? What part of it was good? What part of it was not very effective? How can we rebuild? Ask questions that bring up solutions. Teach them the ability to bounce back from failures, from challenges. Teach them how to focus on the goal. No matter how much they failed, do not change the goal. Change the strategy. Change the plan. Adopt a more effective and efficient plan, but maintain the goal. Another skill is global awareness and social issues. How much do your children know about other places? Social issues around you, social issues around the world. They don't have to know everything, but key issues. Bring them up to speed on global issues, global awareness, and then ask them of their own opinion and perception of it. So it's important to discuss social issues and encourage their input. The last one is financial literacy and entrepreneurship. The old model was go to school, max out your GPA, and have a very good job. The end. How is that working for a lot of people today? We were not taught how to manage money. We were not taught how to grow money. We were taught how to make money. We were taught how to spend money. So we make the money and we spend all of it. How are you fixing this issue with your children? How are you teaching them how to make money? How are you teaching them how to invest, how to save, and how to spend? Let them participate in budgeting for the family. Encourage them to have their little side businesses. Then as they make money, you can even pay them, give them allowance, monthly allowance. And then use that to teach them what percentage to keep, what percentage to spend, what percentage to invest. Teach them compound interest. The more you expand the pool, the more options you have. In life, some people only have 2 options. Some have 10 options. Some have 100 options. Some people have thousands of options. You can only choose from your own pool. So if your pool of opportunities has only 2 opportunities in there, you have no choice than to just choose one of it. If your pool of opportunities and potentials and possibilities have 1,000 in it, you have a lot of options to choose. So how are you expanding the pool for your children? By teaching them valuable skills that are outside of school. They learn math and reading and science at school. When they are out of school on break, it is important that you teach them all the other valuable skills like personal growth, finance, soft skills like discipline and time management, leadership. There are a lot of books that you can read online for children. Be exposed to some of these skills. While school is doing its part, the teachers are doing their part. You need to do your part to give your children head start, a big advantage. Because everybody's coming out of school with degrees. So having degrees alone doesn't guarantee a successful life. The stakes have never been higher. It is very competitive. You are not special. Your child will not be special with a degree. How can they stand out? What can differentiate them from other degree holders? These skills that I have talked about today are worth their price in gold. Teach them as much as you possibly can. And when you are done teaching all the skills, pray for them like their lives depend on it, because it does. If this was helpful to you in any way, please share this with everyone that you know. I would really appreciate if you like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.